you all here at Africa Day 2012. To begin with, we're going to have some welcoming remarks from Mr. Stephen Suwanda, who was the co-chair for the Africa Day Steering Committee.
I'm quite sure that a lot of us know exactly what Africa Day is all about. It is a celebration of the African Union, the celebration of the creation of the Organization of African Unity.
Ban Ki-moon is saying, each day Africa Day provides an opportunity to acknowledge the achievements of the peoples and governments of Africa and to reaffirm the support of all nations of the world.
Yes, speakers, we're really blessed to have very important people who have got our interests at heart. Let's welcome them, let's make them our friends, let's talk to them and help them understand the things that really matter to us. Thank you.
Hello, I'd just like to introduce Dr. Kathy Oak, who's the Councillor of the City of Melbourne.
Thank you very much for that welcome. I am Councillor Kathy Oak from the City of Melbourne. However, I have been asked to speak on behalf of Adam Bant, the federal member for Melbourne, acknowledge that we are meeting and celebrating Africa Day today on the traditional land of the Kulin Nation, and I pay my respects to elders, both past and present. I acknowledge Stephen and John, the co-chairs of the Africa Day group, and the families and volunteers who have come along today and helped out. I brought a few volunteers, and we've been doing balloons and setting up the tables, and I think all of us who are involved in the tables have done a very good job. Over many years, the African-Australian community has played a wonderful contribution to Melbourne and played a big part in making our great city such an amazing place. Today is a day of celebration, and it's a day, but it is also a day to acknowledge the challenges facing the community and a day to recommit to overcoming those challenges. So congratulations, have a great day, enjoy the fabulous food that I've been smelling from Adam Bant, federal member for Melbourne. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Dr. Oak. Next, we're going to have the co-chair, John Beveland, speak to us on behalf of the Universal Peace Federation.
This gathering is amazing because the spirit of Africa Day and the spirit of this gathering is one of compassion. People are not here for themselves, but they are thinking of others. So essentially, we are a global alliance dedicated to building world peace. How? Strong, healthy families, multi-faith harmony and cooperation, a culture of service, reconciliation and partnership, and an affirmation of spiritual principles. UPF Australia aspires to support and facilitate Australian society in making a contribution to peace building in the Oceania region. One of the goals of our federation, and this is something that we need to promote in Australian society, is that Australia has a responsibility to protect its neighbours in the oceanic region.
Thank you so much, John. That was really good to hear from one of our major sponsors, UPF, and the work they've been doing with us and around the world. Next, I'd like to introduce another one of our major sponsors from the African think tank and the Eritrean community, Dr. Ahmed.
What a day. Africa celebration. It is a day that we all have been dreaming. A day that comes Australian or Africans unite and celebrate together. I'm sure this would lay a foundation for future generations to come. This celebration to take us forward. Today is a special day. It is not only celebrating the commencement of our Africa Day celebration or the 40th anniversary of African Union, but it is also a significant for the Indigenous Australians, being the 45th anniversary of the referendum for which the Indigenous people of this country voted and allowed them to be counted as citizens. This afternoon, the African community also extends a warm welcome to all the friends of Africa here. Whoever come to join us, and especially the Universal Peace Federation, with their link to the United Nations, gives us a great voice. And this is what our community needs. A strong friendship that would give our community one step in the right direction. I come to the conclusion that real change, not cosmetic change, will be brought about by the people who receive education. And Australia has got to learn that, and we have to give the young African refugees the only stick for the future is education. Empowerment without education is something that fallacy that has worked in the past but cannot be in Australia 21st century knowledge economy and service economy. Thank you very much.
My name is Karim Degal, and I originate from Ethiopia, and I run a very successful bakery at Festivals, which passes on all over these days. The manager from YMCA, Adnan Benim, he's the person that's responsible for pretty much allowing us this wonderful space that we're in and providing it to us at no cost as well. And hurrah to him. Ladies and gentlemen, Adnan Benim.
First of all, I'd like to thank John, Stephen, Dr. Burhan, Yassin, and Vic Police, all of the African Committee. They put a lot of hard work in, and appreciate all of the work that they've done. Yes, I'd like to thank YMCA for putting on, giving us the building for free and hosting. This is our second Africa Day. We put one on last year, and hopefully, if we can stick together, we could make it a lot bigger and an annual event that everyone can benefit from. So what we provide is a youth club, so they can use a gym from 12 to 25-year-olds. We also have homework clubs, which are on a Wednesday for the younger kids as well, and a youth rec program where we have a facility open for them, so they've got somewhere to come during the evening after school instead of being on the streets running into trouble.
The next person we've got coming up is a counsellor. Her name is Jennifer Canis. Jennifer Canis is a lawyer and practices in employment, industrial relations and anti-discrimination laws. Jennifer is chair of the Future of Melbourne Committee and deputy chair of Future of Melbourne Planning Committee. She is also co-chair of the Parks and Gardens Advisory Committee, chair Disability Advisory Committee, chair of the Family and Children's Advisory Committee and co-chair of the Indigenous Advisory Panel. She sits on the Housing Choices Australia Board of Melbourne and Symphony Orchestra Board as well. Where does she get the time to do all this? Ladies and gentlemen, Councillor Jennifer Canis.
Thank you very much. I do go to a lot of meetings, but I also do a lot of other things as well. I've been very fortunate during the last 4 or so years to be able to come to many celebrations within the African community in Melbourne. And I've really seen some of the fantastic achievements of the African community. I've also been part of some of the women's groups that are here, seeing women empowering themselves through health and education to educate their children and to make sure that their children have a better life. And I think when I look at what Dr. Ahmed was saying about education, I can only think how important that has been to me and my own experience. My parents were migrants to Australia, and they came here for the education opportunities that Australia provides. I don't think Australia would be the same without the African community, and I know that Australia is better off for having so many people here in Australia. So thank you very much, congratulations.
And all the money from the food and from the games is going to the Ugandan charity, which is being organised by Teresa. So have fun, help yourself.
Thank you.